Okay, I finished the second prototype and I've rewired it. Oh God, I've wired it for all the wheels to be on this one lead, which would be this one wire would be coming up to the tender. So if it were touching up at the tender, you'd have a 0. So now what I'm going to do is touch the opposite wheel, and we have no continuity, no continuity, no continuity. So these wheels, upper wheels, are isolated with the plastic insulator. Now I'm going to touch the lower wheel. Zero. 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 Okay. Continuity. Meaning every wheel, all wheel pickup now in the 6th wheel, it works. Okay. And I'll show you this right now. I'll hold this up so you can see it. I know everything's black. I don't know why I did that. I should have done a red one, huh? But as you can see, I've added a single wire from 1, 2, and 3 with a gap in the middle. Then I introduced a little pigtail to take that power up, so that if you're on the middle wire, like right there, continuity. If we're on the front wheel, continuity 100%. Back wheel, continuity 100%. So every wheel, if the axle is rubbing on the bushing, and that's the only way this thing is supported. When it's down like that, that's how it's supported. The axle is rubbing on the bushing, okay? Now these wires are recessed, and they are away from the wheel itself. Even if they did touch, it wouldn't matter, because they're all going to be on the same circuit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling this is going to be really, really nice. I'm feeling that it's going to be nice. One thing that could happen is if this wire doesn't fit snug enough into that groove, or if it comes out of the groove, it could rub on the wheel a little bit. But I'm going to make sure no, it's going to be okay. Yeah, you can see the air gap right there. See it? There's no wheel is only touching on the brass piece. That brass piece is going to hold it out. Okay. What I need to do now is print the new insulators. What I've done since, here's how this thing snowballs in a good way. Now that I don't have the wire to go through, I went ahead and took away this spacing. I don't need this spacing. So I'm not going to have a wire there. I don't need this spacing. So who doesn't care about what? We don't care about the length. All we care about is the overall length of the axle, point to point. And we know that's got to be 36. If that's 36 millimeters, this thing is going to fit. And I need 3 millimeters on each side. So this whole notion of this space, and this space has to equal 2 is out the window, or 3 or whatever it was. We can have these crammed on here. I've got them a 0.5 on each side right now. I can cram them onto this wheel. I don't care, because this piece and this piece could be touching. There's nothing going to go in between. The axle could be fitted. The wheel could be fitted on it. And this whole process gets real easy, real fast. The other thing that I found was one of my pieces was pretty wide. And if you look at the axle fit in the middle of the track, we've got quite a big gap there. You want it to be a little snugger, not too tight, but a little snugger. This one's a little better, and I'll see how this one is. This one's way bad. Now, look how that wheel is like barely on the rail, and over here it's way on. So we got a problem. The wheels are too close together. There's too much axle sticking out. Okay, fine. When The problem is this spacer. And then you have to gauge this. So I was thinking of, all right, now I'm going to print some 1 mm spacers that you can insert when you press these on and on. You know, you got the wire, you're bending the wire, you're telling them you got to make this loop. It's got to go through the screw. It's got to be tight. The head's only 3 mm. You got to have this gap. The gap's got to be, it's got to align perfectly when you put it together. Wait a minute. What about the eyelet idea? You made one and it worked. Why don't you make a whole truck and try it? All I did once was I pressed the wire under the thing and checked it, and I had continuity, and then I put it in a box. That's all I did. I don't know what happened. I just never went back to it. I know. Well, okay. I'll be honest with you. Isn't that rare? I think I'm a politician. Wait a minute. I didn't tell this thing to print. I got to go over here and say prepare to. Wait. Let me look at it and make sure I got to cancel that. Let's look at this thing. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side. I can see that. Let me fix this and I'll come back to you guys. Just hang on. What I'm going to do is place that surface on the bed. Boom. There we are. Flipped it over. See how fast that is? Now, that's the side I want to print. Edit the process. It's on high. I think I can do this on medium because it's an outside piece. We're going to prepare to print. We know it's on network.3. It says 5. We change it to 3. That's on 3. Print that baby. Okay, we're going to print that side. It's on. It's going. Let's hope it sticks. And then the next thing I'm going to print will be these new spacers. That'll be 16 instead of 13.5. And that's going to make, you just stick them in there and press them together to 29. And that's it. Done. Wherever, if there's no gap on one or all the gaps on one, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Press them to 29. Stick them in. It'll work. It'll be great. And then you put this together with this guy and put your, your threaded insert in there. Bada boom, bada bing. Here we are. Look. There it is. It goes like that so that the connectors stay out. Then your wiring is all in there. It's gonna rub. Nope. It's gonna be tucked in. It's not gonna rub. Okay. Then the spacing. All you have to worry about is making sure the wheels are snug in this thing, and you might have to put a shim in there. I don't know. That's another piece. You got to make sure this is printed nice. Then you can go on with that. Okay. Holy moly! What a day. All right. I got to glue those together. I got to make 3 more of these. New ones. Then I got to go over to my 4-wheel design. Where is that? It's up here, isn't it? Yeah, there's the 4-wheel design. I got to see if I can't. Oh yeah, I can see a way to do that right there. I can just go right across there and down to here, and that's it. I just have to go from one to the other and then pick one and bring it out. Bingo. I'll have all-wheel pick up on that one in the same fashion. No more wire. No more goofy spacing with the axles. Oh boy. And that's a lot of rework, but it's not. It's a few minutes on each drawing. But the thing is, I got to update all my downloads, got to send this out as an update, and make sure everybody's on the same page with this idea that we're going to use now. Probably 24 or 22 gauge wire. This is 22 gauge and it works like a charm, okay? And the thing presses in, and I didn't even solder them. I just pressed them in. If they're pressed in, they're pressed in. You're soldering, you're creating a blob. Then I have to put in a divot for solder to slide in. I think that's a mess. This will squish the wire out, maintain contact. I think it'll work fine. I'll build them, I'll run them. I guess I'm going to have to run them. I know what I'll do. I'll build them for the 2014 in red. That way you'll be able to see the wire. I have red wire. That'd be fun. I'm going to build red ones with black wire. Or blue maybe. Something fun. I'll figure it out. Anyway, this thing is warming up. It's going to print. It's 5:30. I got to go upstairs. And it sounds like we're going to be okay. Sounds like we've made a kind of a change. significant change, but it's fewer parts. For one thing, I'm an industrial engineer trained undergrad. Fewer parts is always a good thing. So we've cut at least 4 parts out, and we're introducing nothing. We're just using the wire we were going to use is now a different way. So we're still using the wire we were going to use, but we're getting rid of the wire we didn't need, and we're getting rid of the screws that hold it, and we're improving the assembly process. We've reduced some alignment processes, eliminated them. Oh, baby. I would get A+ on this. I know. Oh, yeah. They do that. Okay, fellers. Boy, I feel pretty good. I did this 1 inch equals, or 1/4 of an inch equals a millimeter, so I could get a larger scale. We used to do this this is how I grew up in engineering, doing this large pieces, because you could get more of an idea of spacing and clearances and how much room, when you increase the scale of the object, you can see it better. Get your finger out of the way. Okay, fine. I did this quick one by hand, and the other thing, I thought that worked out great. But look, the only thing you got to worry about now is the 29, 36 and 29. The 29 is going to fall in. If you have the 36 and the 3 and the 3, it's going to be there. It has to be there. There's no place for anything else to go. There's no squishiness anywhere. It's there. All right. Well, I'm relieved and excited. I'm a little upset that it took 3 days to get here, but I think the end result is going to change all of the assemblies for the all-wheel pickup truck. Major improvement. Much simpler, much easier to assemble. You guys are going to have fun now. You just strip some wire and press in some eyelets. I mean, cut the wire, bend it on the anvil, make sure it's not crooked. Oh, God. All right. That's it. Gonna run. A feel-good day. I think it's a very feel-good day. I think this thing, when you look at it, when you bring it in and you look at it in 3D, it's like, wow, is that hot? That is really, oh yeah, that just really makes sense. And then glue those 2 pieces together, and you're going to have all the strength you're going to need, and the holes line up. Everything's just, I think it's just going to be great. Okay, that's it. That's it. I won't say a word about what happened on the news the last few days. I just won't say a word. In my opinion, very sad, and then relieved, and then elated. So I've gone through the gamut. Okay. All right. Talk to you later.